So it's National Suicide Prevention Month, and every September I try to post a video on this topic as someone who has struggled with suicidal ideation in the past. And this one's gonna be heavy, so, if that's not your jam, feel free to keep scrolling. But one of the things that they don't tell you when you're struggling with stuff like this is that people will try and make it about them. All the stories, all the examples say, lean on the people who care about you, and they'll come together and they'll help you out, you are loved, so on and so forth. And that, by and large, is true. Like you should ask for help. You should lean on the people who are close to you. But what they don't tell you is that when you're struggling with a depression that intense, it doesn't just go back to normal afterward. People can't help but make it about them. You'll ask for help, people will say they want to help, and then you'll tell them how you feel, you'll tell them what your struggles are, and they'll get angry at you because they were not prepared. And they can't help it because a lot of people don't sign on to deal with something as serious as, suicidal ideation when they, sign up for a friendship. And so it makes a lot of friendships end. And that is scary because suicidal ideation so often comes from the idea that you don't have friends or family that are gonna be there for you. And I'll be honest, it stings. Like, I'm still going to therapy for the friends I lost when I was going through it. It hurts so much to not have them in my life. And it hurts so much that my struggles became about how they felt. And I'm not even saying their feelings were invalid, but when you're in crisis, you deal with the crisis. And they were incapable of doing that. I had other friends who stayed with me and they, were able to address some of the feelings I had, some of the stuff I said when I was suicidal, afterward, and we became better friends for it. But I had other friends who ran, and they took other friends with them. And I'm not saying this to scare you, because that's the last thing anyone needs when they're going through heavy stuff like this. I'm saying this because despite all that pain, and there was pain, I am in a better place. I wish every day I could get back with the friends who left me, but I can't control how they respond to me or the world around them or their own life or anything like that. If they don't want to be friends with me, then they don't want to be friends with me. And that's painful, but it is what it is. But I do now have friends that stuck with me through that. And that feels good. That feels like a solid support structure. And it makes life easier knowing I have that. And a lot of those friends who stayed with me came from unexpected places. You just don't know who in your friend circle has that ability to be with you through these intense times. Sometimes it's not who you expect. And not only that, friendship didn't stop when my old friends decided they no longer wanted to be friends with me. I found new ones. And I would say my new friends are pretty fucking awesome. And they now know a different me. They know the me who's been through this. They know the me that's gone through some shit. And they were there when I went through that shit. And now I don't have to worry about hiding that part of me from them either. So I guess what I'm saying is, don't think that the process of recovery means that you go back to some sort of idyllic example of what life was like before you ended up having suicidal ideation, or maybe even when you had it, but things were just a little bit easier. The past is the past. When things get better, they get different. And different is scary, but different can also be exciting and freeing. And for that exciting and freeing potential for positive change, you gotta still be alive. So live. Just another day. If anything, I want to see you live. I want to see things change, become different, become better. You're not alone. As always, ask for help if you're going through a hard time. Call your local suicide prevention hotline if you need it. Turn to friends and family. Find online support groups. People are there, willing to help you if you look for them. You just have to look. Stay safe. Tomorrow's another day.